Privilege to bring to you another family, Kimatis, who are going to give us another product that will go to the young people. As I come to them, I want to get the story from their son, a story on how young people can be able to utilize their time at home. We all know we have them around with us until January. But if they don't know to call themselves around the house, it will not be easy for anyone. And parents, wherever they are looking forward to see their kids managing their time well. If that is the dream, let's know what we will find from this family. That I want to bring one of my best friend I got recently. This young boy has made me excited how he's spending his time at home. And when I realized that there's something peculiar that you and me need to learn so that we can be able to continue encouraging young people, I said I want to pay him a visit to know how he can manage to do what you are going to see. My friend here, yes, a friend that is going to show you some amazement that together we want to do with the young people so that you may have confidence too that what you are doing, even if it's little, it has some impact. You never know which eye you can attract. Let's see what a friend of mine has to tell us.
My name is Ryan Mudhomi. I am the firstborn in my family. My parents' names are Margaret Kirote and Douglas Kimathi. Now, we met with my friend here at St. Bakita Catholic Church.
Now you have heard we met in the church and he had the guts to invite me to his home. I was shocked. I couldn't ignore his invite. When we sat, I wanted to know more about him. And that's what I want to ask Len. What do you do now that school is no longer there? How has been your days? Can you tell us which school are you and which form are you?
I study from prosperous school known as Moi Forces Academy in Nairobi, based at Eastleigh. I'm currently in Form 2.
When this time came that you were not going to be in school, what was your experience?
At the first place, it was not easy. It was quite hard. But when I came to realize I could do something, I saw the opportunity of continuing my talent as art. Until I came to know I can use some of my time, instead of roaming outside looking for trouble, I could use that time to do my art and continue pursuing it as my career.
Who inspired you to start drawing?
On a Saturday morning, when I was watching television, I saw an art guy known as Patrick, and inspired me by his arts that he made and made me feel motivational.
Now that you have learned how to draw, what do you think that you need to do with this drawing?
is like a career in dream of my life, so that when I start depending on myself, I should find ways on how to get and earn money for myself and for the well-being of my health matters.
When did you discover that you are good at drawing?
As I was drawing, some of my relatives and my brother saw what I did and they got amused. So they kept motivating me on continuing to doing my drawings.
Now, this is exciting because I want to know, how do you come up what you want to draw and how does you organize yourself?
Yeah. The first thing is that you take the picture of what you're going to draw and put much focus on it. You should not be disturbed on how to, you should not be disturbed. You should put much focus in what you're drawing than other things that might take your focus away from your art. I emphasize much on encouraging the youth about their time cautiousness. When they have nothing to do, they should look for something constructive and what could make them prosperous in life.
Tell us, how long did you take to picture out this before you started drawing?
Yeah, it's a couple of times when you study the picture, but where it depends on the size of the picture so that you can manage the time that you can finish the picture. But like this one, you take a minimum of 1 hour 30 minutes or a maximum time of 2 hours and then you're done.
Are you meaning 2 hours or 1.5 hours in studying or in drawing?
In studying, you take a minimum of 5 minutes, and then when you draw, you take at least 1 hour 30 minutes.
Now that is exciting. So you will tell us, like what we are seeing here, is it complete or you are still working on it?
It is not yet complete, but in a matter of time it will be complete.
Now, what do you call what you just start drawing? Which part of the picture do you start with?
Yeah, I start with the background, the hills, the trees, and the grass before I start drawing the foreground of the person and the priest in front.
Wow. Did you understand what was in the picture or you were just enjoying the image?
I studied it. That's why I said I was studying the picture first before I started drawing and understood what was happening.
Yes, I can see like what you have done here. You changed some bits of background. What inspired you to introduce new colors there?
Yeah, I wanted to make a difference between the actual picture and the picture that I wanted to draw. So this one was drawn in the daylight, but the other one I drew it in sunset, between sunset and nightfall.
Now, why did you have to introduce this new aspect to the original picture?
Yeah, I wanted it to be more, a bit realistic.
Now here you are telling me you have introduced, and it looks beautiful by the way. And that concept, you see, you have not read the book, but you have pictured it, and it looks lovely. That's why I want to ask you, at the end of the day, what message do you pick as a summary from that picture you have drawn?
Yeah, about that man who is frustrated and a priest is coming through. The man maybe is in a depression of something and the priest comes to compliment him on how and what the action to take about the thing that is disturbing him.
Now you have taught it rightly. It may be a case of depression or is disturbed. Young people are disturbed, especially during this period they are at home. You have told us rightly, you take averagely 2 hours on such a picture. That means you have known how not only to manage the art, but you have learned how to manage your time. What do you think young people outside there need to hear from you?
I emphasize much on encouraging the youth about their time cautiousness. When they have nothing to do, they should look for something constructive and what could make them prosperous in life.
What else do you do, like when you're in the house?
Apart from drawing, I help in house arrangements and some of the activities such as picking firewood and washing the dishes at home.
To manage that time?
Yeah, I help them much. My brother is not so much good at this, he told me that, but when it comes to football, I sometimes play with him and I see how good he plays.
Between you and your brother is good in football?
Him.
Wow. So he has interest in football as you have interest in drawing.
Yes.
So you mean these are some of your works that you have been doing?
Yes.
When did you start doing like this one, which is complete?
I started it the day before yesterday, and I finished it yesterday and started working on this one.
Now that we have seen some of these great works you have done, how do you choose like the fonts I can see or the size of the image?
It depends on the customer's way, how to see it. He wants the font that he wants to see. I agree with the font and I write it.
Now, you have said it rightly. And when I look at this, how long did it take you to do what is on this?
Okay, on this side, I take 20 minutes to write the full names and the other part of the signboard. And on the other side, I take another 20 minutes. That's a total of 40 minutes on the both sides of the board. And then I restart again by overwriting the word so that it can be more visible.
Does it mean that it cannot be washed away, or what do you do for it to be permanent?
I use the permanent paint so that when water falls on the name, it cannot wash it away.
Start.
At first, the board is brought when it is black in color. So when I place the board in position first, after I incline it first at an angle. After that, I use this tape to create a space between the two characters so that I can not mix the letters with the white paint so that I can create a space. When I use the tape, I take the brush and the paint that I used to write the characters on the board, and that's how I start writing. After writing, I use this larger brush to cover this other part, the whiter part, to show the direction on how to move. And that's how I write. After writing, I overwrite it again so that it can be more bold. And the thinner, I use the thinner when I make a mistake, such as a small mistake. I use the thinner to rub the mistake that I had made so that I cannot mess up.
How much do you think that you are going to charge someone for writing such an artwork?
Okay, it depends on the size of the board. If the size is much bigger, I charge at about 100 shillings. When it is it's small like this one, I charge at least 50 shillings.
Now you are talking about these paints. How do you get them?
Yeah, the customer, I suggest that the one who wants the board to be written should bring the paint, and the other stuff they need so that I can write the board.
How did you come to know what you need to suggest to your customer? It's amazing.
Yeah, I saw that when I use my own tools, the money that the customer is paying me is still the same money that I'll go and use for writing the board.
Now that you have said that you are aware of the safety, you don't move around to go to look for paints, and at your age, obviously, you allow the customer to go and buy this and bring to you. How does that make your work?
Yeah, it makes my work easier. Much of my time, the time that I can use to go and buy the pens is the time I could use to arrange the ones I want to write, and the ones which will make it, the ones that I'll finish faster than others.
How many of these have you done, for example?
A total of 25 going up.
And when did you start this?
I started writing these boards last month but one.
How do you think your parents are taking it?
Yeah, they're taking it positively. They see that this is a way of giving back to the society as I am young.
You are talking about giving back to the society. So does it mean you are not paid when you do this?
At first, there are some that I said I should not be paid so that the society should see I was also participating in community building. But some, it comes to a point that I get paid.
Wow.
They said
that as young as he is talking about giving back to the society so that the society can see that he has done something. And as you can see here, he has done more than 20 with the mindset giving back to the society is something that is in his heart. But as he said, you can't be working without being paid. So he has started receiving some earning right now when he's still in this time of COVID-19, when no classes, yes. No classes, yes, but he has his own job. He has employed himself. How do you think his parents are getting to see such innovation? He is one of them. He has done great, and we want to be excited to see more and hear more from the parents when they saw their own child do this. What do you expect? Let's hear from them. Now we have the parents of the young man we have been going around with. Let us hear from them how they have found this experience with the young boy. Can you tell us your name first before you share something about your child?
My name, Margaret Kirote, or Mrs. Kimathi, or Mama Ryan, the boy who has been drawing the arts that you've seen. He is my firstborn.
And I am Douglas Kimathi, father to the boy who is featuring. And I can say that we are so overwhelmed by the career he's trying to take. Initially, I was opposed to this as compared to the academic career. But later on, when I came to see what he was doing, I decided to change my mind and support him fully.
You're talking about you had a wrong perception of what he wanted to do, yet you are not the one doing it, but he has proved that this is where his heart is. What does that make him feel?
At first, Ryan was demoralized because he was so much interested in the drawing. And when I went through his books, I saw the passion in what he's doing, because every part of his book at the back, after assignments, he could just take an image and try to do about that image and draw. And I realized that it is a talent that is in him, and I saw no need to cut off what he is passionate in. I just started motivating him and inspiring him that he can do much better than even what he's doing now, as long as that is what he wants to do in life.
Wow, well said. Now that you have heard, tell us, Mr. Kimati, when you changed your mind about your son and his drawing, what have you done for him?
Okay, I went ahead encouraging him by just once, and even gone to school where he studies and talk to the teacher who takes them on this art. Some time back, I took him to the person he talked about, Mukabi, who is a nationalist in drawing. He has been, in fact, he told us he has been in several Western countries, US, UK, name them. He even got an award from the Queen Elizabeth. So from Mr. Mukabi, he also he encouraged us that arts is just a career like any other. So I decided to awesomely support the boy in whatever he wants so as to pursue his dream. Alongside academic performances, of which is good, we can say sky is the limit as far as the arts and the boy is concerned.
We saw the pains that he has. Do you think that is an easy thing to add to your budget every time he asks you for some paints?
It's I can say it's not easy. I can say it's easy, since now we are here for him. We struggle to the end to see that he gets what he needs, so as to sharpen his talents.
Wow. Look at that. They are going an extra mile to spend some extra coins just to make their son do his best. And I know at this time when men think that it's hard to contain the kids at home, here are parents who have gone an extra mile, making their kids comfortable at home, doing what they like most. If you count costs, obviously you will lose big. But if you count on the dream of these young people, you will earn more than you can expect. You heard the young man himself saying he has started earning some living out of it. He can take care of some pocket money that he needs, and even sometimes he can support his own brother. Are you excited to see your son earning something at this age?
It is so encouraging to see him at his age trying to think of being independent and responsible, especially of time, because when you are able to manage time, you will be able to pursue anything that you want in life, because you'll never mess up as much as you everything is the way it is when you are cautious of time.
Wow. Time management is an aspect they have helped their son to see into it, because as we say, time is money. And if that is the case, let me hear from Mr. Kimathi. When you see your son taking such a responsibility, how do you feel as a father?
I feel satisfied that my son is utilizing his time well, not walking out the compound, entering and doing some evil things. I feel wherever I am at a place of work, I'm satisfied.
Right. You have heard them say it rightly. They are proud. They are not ashamed. And they are encouraging. As far as these kids are within the house, taking responsibility and doing what at one time no one ever thought of. How should we all look forward to see such a young people getting what they can do and do it wholeheartedly? It's all that we wish, that any young person outside there, you cannot delay to take it up. It is an inspiration. And now, before we end it, we want to welcome these young boys to come and tell us what they are proud of their parents.
I'm very proud of my parents. They provide everything I need Anything I want, make it they make it my will. They do everything for me, and I love them very much. What I expect is that in what I do for what I'm passionate about, even if it is how much smaller it is, they should appreciate in what I do. Some of my artworks, they might be too small, and the value of what I will be selling might be too huge. But what I will try to mean is that no matter how small it is, it matters on what is in the picture.
My name is David Mtembei.
How do you take it when you see your brother drawing all the time? Do you like it?
Yes,
Have you tried to learn from him to draw?
sometimes.
Sometimes. What do you do when you are free, when he's drawing? What do you keep yourself doing?
Playing football.
Playing football.
Okay, for me as a mother, I wish Ryan to never lose the focus. Let him just pursue his dream. If it's that arts, I wish him all the best, and to never fear. Ask me as a mother what he wishes to have to support him and to facilitate his career. It is my happiness to see him pursue his dream. I wouldn't wish to impose something on him which he is not passionate about. So I wish him all the best of luck in his dreams.
As Ryan's mother said, I would like to say that at the first I would have limited my son into doing what he feels he does best. But henceforth, as time came to pass by, I realized that that's his dream career. In fact, I know this a career like any other. It makes some people earn a living through arts. It's just playing like any other career. As much as we wouldn't have loved to see him doing something else, but we've come to realize that to let him follow his dreams. I want to wish him all the best and affirm my support that whatever you need in this endeavor, we are ready to provide for.
What an exciting story from Ryan Kimathi. A young boy informed to who has shown us on how to manage time at home, building our talents. Young people, a challenge posed to us, and congratulations to Kimathi's family for supporting such a young boy with a lot of innovation and greatness in art. I was amazed that the book that he received, just within 2 hours, he has reproduced the cover page. I want to promise him that in the upcoming book, he will be the designer of my book, as a way to keep making him busy, to know that he can do greatness. And to you all who are going to learn from the young man here, Ryan. He manages his time well. He has made the parents proud. He gives the best company to the brother, and much more. What are you going to do to your sibling? We want to wish you all the very best as you keep managing your time well during this COVID-19.